Hey guys, it's me, Braxton MG, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, please stay and please subscribe. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. We're so close to 1,000. I think I want to call you my beautiful butterflies. I already have a logo that's coming out soon. I don't want to make this into a fan base. I don't want to make that into anything like that. I kind of just want to dedicate it towards any of my supporters that I may have. Ooh, wow, Braxton sounding like he's famous. What else is new? Arrogant, all that. I already get all that. No biggie. I don't even care because guess what? If I want to call you guys my beautiful butterflies, Braxton's beautiful butterflies, BBB, I will and I can because it's my channel, and if you don't like it, please unsubscribe. Because you know what? No one even cares. Like, and welcome back to the people that do care. So thank you so much for coming back. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with all you mothers, brothers, and sisters. And for today's video, I will be doing a base 101, my flawless base routine, because I am all about the base, got the base, no trouble. I'm all about the base, got the base, no trouble. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoy. The first tip in achieving a very nice, smooth, flawless base for your makeup is to make sure that you get rid of any of the hair on your face. It's already starting to grow in, but I shaved yesterday, so I'm not going to be shaving today. So you want to just shave your face, your peach fuzz, guys, girls, you name it. I don't care what gender you are. This will really make a difference in how your makeup looks, because some of the hairs can kind of distort the way the foundation looks and kind of rearrange it and mess with it. So getting rid of any of the unwanted excess hair that you have will for sure make your base look flatter, smoother, and provide for an easier application. Also, don't forget, whenever you're shaving your face, it is a very important step to shave off your eyebrows. Just kidding. You thought I ain't shaving my eyebrows? They overgrown, but I still don't want to shave them things off. Oof, I love these little caterpillars. I have some nice, decent, bushy looking brows, okay? It's something. It's something. That freaking chicken. I'm gonna have to cook them in a gumbo, you know what I'm saying? Yum. Exfoliating and cleansing your skin will also help make your makeup look so much more smoother. If you have any dry patches or any dry skin on your face, that will make it look patchy and ugly, and it just ain't cute. It looks kind of like if you tried to put water in sand. It's gonna kind of clump together and it's gonna stay in that spot. It's gonna be harder to blend out. So I recommend using a exfoliant or a microdermabrasion exfoliant like by Dr. Brandt, but I have all of those things. But for today, I'm gonna be using a facial clay scrub in the flavor ylang and lime. This is what it looks like. I went ahead and lowered the exposure just so you can see a little bit better. It is by the company Glow for a Cause. I have recently received this in PR from her. She is an amazing independent brand, and she has some great skincare and body butters and fragrances. So I definitely suggest you guys check her out on Instagram and shop using her site. This is just a sample size, and it comes in a jar like this, but you can buy a bigger size, which is way bigger. But she sent a bunch of little samples for me to try because I was very worried, because I have very sensitive skin and I never know how a product is going to react on my skin. So I didn't want her to waste any of her product by doing this, but she just sent me in the sample, and currently this is my favorite exfoliant just because it is all natural. It is an amazing natural fragrance. This is what the product looks like. It probably won't focus because it's just a white product with some exfoliant beads, but it is really, really good for deep cleansing your skin, and it makes you feel very fresh, and it actually does give you that glow for a cause, because you have an amazing youthful glow after this. Even though I am like 3, no, I'm just kidding, I'm actually 16, but it still gives me that nice, healthy appeal, and I really like the way it makes my skin look. So I'm gonna go cleanse my skin with this and kind of exfoliate off all the dead skin, and I'll be right back with you guys. Okay, so I know I look crazy, or you might think I look flawless, but either way, I look crazy. So I hate this eye. It's like such a saggy girl. I need like a brow lift, and it's like not like, the lashes are heavy, but see, this eye just looks better in general, and I hate that about me. But you know what, I'm gonna live with it. So another way to get a flawless base is to make sure your skin is very moisturized and hydrated. This is the Glow for a Cause Vanilla and Aloe Moisturizer. It's a very greasy moisturizer, which in a turn for me is good because, well, it really helps absorb. It absorbs fast, and also kind of like brushes over my dry patches and really hydrates them better than any other moisturizer that I have used before. And I really like it because it also isn't too heavy, so it doesn't like sink into your pores or anything like that. It's just really nice and hydrating. By hydrating your face, your foundation is gonna glide on better. Even if you have oily skin, I have oily skin and I still hydrate my face, and it won't tamper with your foundation or anything like that. But I just find it helps me so much more to look more flawless. Now the next thing is the biggest secret that I've never told anyone, and it's how to stop from creasing, because I don't do this every time I wear makeup, which I should, because it really does help so I don't crease. Or if I do crease, I'll crease a lot less, and I'll crease a lot slower than whenever I don't do this. So I really do believe that this works. So what you're going to need is a setting powder, a loose setting powder. This is the Laura Mercier in the translucent shade. You're going to need an eyeshadow primer, or maybe a concealer if you use concealer for your eyeshadow primer. And you're going to need a primer, which for today's primer I'm going to be taking the Cover FX Blurring Primer. So I'm just going to take a pea-sized amount, beep, and I'm just going to smooth this on, especially where I have pores, which is everywhere, because I am a man. Shocker! I know, I'm a man. I bet you did not know this. You really want to push this firmly into the skin, trying to avoid as much dragging as possible, because one, that's damaging to your skin, and two, it is a silicone based primer, so if you drag it, it can flake off on you, which is really disgusting. But yeah, so I'm gonna put a little more primer in the areas where I tend to crease. So I'm gonna take some more, and I'm gonna put some in my smile lines right here. Bam bam. I'll crease a little on my chin, and this will help blur it out. I also crease a little on my forehead because I have a big honking forehead, which is perfectly fine. It's not my biggest insecurity. This wonky eye is my biggest insecurity, because you see her, she is not delivering. Oh girl, you're gonna get kicked out of the party. We don't want you here. This is me going insane for 3 minutes straight. If I was famous enough to be on the page Shook or whatever, Petty, I don't know. Now this is going to sound crazy. I'm going to put a concealer in the places where I crease. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this right here. If you crease, put some concealer. Or eyeshadow primer, eyeshadow base, MAC paint pot, whatever you want to do. And finished look. No, I'm just kidding. So I'm just going to take the Real Techniques blending sponge. And she's trifling. She tried flying out my hands. But I'm just going to blend this out a little bit. And I'm going to do this right here as well. And you really want to push deep, deep, deep. And you want to make sure you get it really nice into your skin. Like so. And the reason why this is going to help is because this is the same way you do eyeshadow. To prevent creasing from eyeshadow, you put concealer and then you set it, right? And this is going underneath your foundation. And I know it's scary. The beauty gurus are like, oh, don't put cream over powder. I do it all the freaking time, and it makes me look flawless. So believe what you want. But now that we have this crazy mess, ooh, we're going to take our Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, and I'm going to dump it into the lid. Bam, bam. And then I'm going to take an eyeshadow brush and dip the powder in there, and I'm going to blend out all the creases. And I'm just going to set in where I crease, and I'm going to blend it out. And I'm just going to set. And blending it out will kind of help evenly distribute the product. And you just want to let it do its thing. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of a bigger brush, and I'm just going to dust off any excess powder I may have, because that's where you'll get messy with the cream product, is if you have any excess powder. Now, moving on, I'm going to go into my foundation. For foundation, I'm going to be taking the Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Almond. And I'm just going to take it on my beauty blender. I'm going to do one pump to start off with. And I'm just going to blend this out. Starting in the areas where we put that base down. To kind of just really show you that it doesn't mess up your foundation or anything. Although I don't know if it messes up your foundation because I haven't done it with this foundation. I've done it with like thicker foundation, so we shall see. And I'm not going to put on any more product yet. I was about to, but I'm going to really just blend this out first. And also it adds more coverage, so if you have issues with coverage, like acne, then girl, just go ahead and do this and you'll be good. As you can see, this foundation is not my shade, but what else is new? What else is new, honestly? Is anything ever my shade on this channel? You really just want to pounce it in. I'm going to take this Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and I'm going to apply this under my eyes in a triangle formation. Like that, and you don't want to drag it up too close underneath your eyes. Because if you do, then it'll be harder to blend out because you're going to blend upwards anyway. So you don't want to have just too much product laying there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend this out. And I'm going to start off by blending out my chin first. Because that's where I want the least amount of highlight. The longer you let your concealer set down is the more coverage it's going to have. And the more color that's going to show through with. So blend out the areas you don't want to have too much of an intense highlight at. So we're going to blend out the edges of our concealer first because this is where we need the least amount of coverage at. And it's just going to help blend in so much better if you just blend out the edges first because it's going to be like the less pigmented, let's say. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. Blending it out. Like so. We're really going to be snatched in a few. And then I'm going to start blending this out, the edge closest to my nose. And I'm going to bring this a little bit onto my nose for the contour later. Then I'm going to get my mirror and look real close because, oof, this mirror is too far. I'm blind. So then I'm going to really get under there. And I'm going to just blend it out. And I'm really going to kind of start shaping underneath the eye with the bigger side. And I'm just going to blend it up. Now, so we don't crease, I'm going to be taking the Laura Mercier and I'm just going to set firstly my under eyes because we really don't want our under eyes to crease. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Luxie 660 Precision Foundation Brush and I'm going to tap off the excess and I'm just going to set underneath my eyes, just really packing in that powder. And this is really just going to help to make sure we don't crease. I don't really crease under my eyes, but if you crease under your eyes, you could also prepare it like how we did our smile lines and our chin earlier in our forehead. But I don't really crease under my eyes, knock on wood. So now I'm just going to take some of my setting spray and I'm going to kind of spritz this on my face. And this is going to help all the powder like sink into my face and start looking like real cute and stuff. And you can take your clean beauty blender. This is by Juno & Co. and I'm just going to pounce that on out. This is going to melt all the product together. So that is like really it to getting a flawless base for your foundation. I don't know if you could see, but it looks kind of like really nice, I feel, and airbrushed. So yeah. But if throughout the day when you take your pictures you notice that you do have a little bit of crease, just literally use Facetune. It's not even that big of a deal. Like, creasing is gonna happen no matter what. This is just my way to help kind of prevent that. Just know that you are beautiful inside and out, and that if you have creases, you are human. Love yourself and live with it, because you're gonna spend so much time wasted trying to figure out a way to stop creasing. Creasing is gonna happen. This is just my way to help prevent it. And yes, I do smooth my face a little bit whenever I take pictures, because let's face it, we all want to look snatched, we all want to look beautiful, we all want to look beat. And so help it if I want to smooth out my face. I'm not James Charles and I don't do the crazy blingy highlights on Facetune, but other than that, I still feel really beautiful. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I know this was a short video, but this is just a 101 on how to get a flawless smooth base. And check back for next week's video on Friday. Bye.
So if by the time the bar closes and you feel like falling down, I'll carry you home tonight.